that looks near mint. Bottom panel replaced without an English wheel, just a lot of self-confidence and steel balls. Okay, so had a decent look at this panel, got into it from behind, had a light up on this side, and basically this panel, yeah, it's bad. It looks like the Milky Way from if you light it up from the side. Got a major crack running down there. We've got a pretty nasty crack over here. We've got a bunch of small cracks over here. That is kind of obvious and self-explanatory what's going on there. It's cracked up here, it's got cracks up here, there it's curled up like tin foil. Basically the only way, or the only thing that we can do here is to start from scratch. Like I said last time, we're going to deadbolt these panels, which we've done, so I'm not worried about any warpage or anything. But yeah, only thing that we can do here is to start from scratch. What I am a little bit concerned about is there's two lines of crowning. So you've got a crown running this way, plus you've got a crown running in that direction. So trying to think and figure out what's going to be the best solution to do this, as well as keeping the divot intact. That has been welded up previously. It's decent enough, it's strong enough. So I'm not going to tamper too much with that. One option is to cut that out and then weld it back in on a new plate, and doing this all flat, welding that back in. It's one option of doing it. I'm not a fan of that option. The other option is to build it in sections and replacing the metal as we go. I will need to take the support brace off and see what's going on behind it. I suspect that crack and this crack over here has gone underneath the plate as well. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of a tricky fix. Okay, so as I suspected, the crack has run through on a couple of places here. It's not too bad, but I am going to replace this section of the panel as well. It has got some pretty nasty rust underneath it. So yeah, I guess next step would be to figure out how we're going to cut and bend. Contemplating just cutting out and using the old body as a template and making up a new one as we go. It's not the best practice, it's not the greatest of techniques, but it is one way of doing it. So I think I'm going to get on with that and do it that way. So we'll do a cut up along this line here, remembering that there is a mounting that runs up here, so try and not cut up the mounting as well. But then we'll come up and across and down. Like I said, I don't want to disturb this one too much, so we'll come across, get into those cracks, come down and back out again, and then we'll use this as a template for making our new sheet. Okay, so I missed this one here as well. As you can see, that's the bit that I cut out, and as you can see right there is the, oh, never mind, you can see where it's torn up. So yeah, now next step would be to cut our new piece for size on this one, and then we can start welding this new piece in. My biggest concern with this one is that crown over there. It doesn't have too much, if you look at it from that angle, it doesn't have too much of a crown. Oh, let me rather do that. Doesn't have too much of a crown there. That is a dent from damage, so it's got a slight curve across, and then if you look here, it's fairly straight, so it's not too bad. I don't have a pipe anvil yet, so I might have to build a quick pipe anvil to get this curve right, but we'll have a look at that now and see if it's going to be necessary or if I can just vice it. So yeah, let's see what I can do and get this fixed. It looks worse than it is. Okay, so through the magic of not pushing a record button, I've now got a new replacement piece, which includes the little tab that I cut off afterwards. So yeah, now the next step would be to get that curve into that one. So yeah, let's see how this works. Okay, so our battery's in. It is a bit of a very slow weld. The old metal is extremely thin, so if you sit on a weld a little bit too long, it burns through. So this is going to be an extremely slow and cold weld. If I sit and document that, we're going to probably have a 3-hour long special, so I'm not going to record that. I'll finish off the welds in the background. Okay, I've got a new shirt on, which means it's the next day. Just finished doing all the welds on the side. That crack up there's been fixed. We've got the lip onto it again. So I think this one, I'll call it a success. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna call it that on this episode. It's getting a bit long in the teeth now. But yeah, really happy with how this mudguard came out. It was a difficult weld. I spent probably about a good part of a day on this weld. Main reason for that is post-war cars, especially from the UK, had a very difficult metal to weld. I wouldn't say a bad quality metal, but a difficult metal to weld. So on this one, the welds were done little spots at a time, all the way around until it was finished. If you sit a little bit too long on a weld, you basically blow it out, and you have to fill in that weld. So it was a really difficult weld, but we got it done. I'm happy with the end result. The mudguard is solid as can be. I'm really happy with the results on this one. So thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around. Until next time, enjoy. Cheers.